Let's now take a look at the lineups here of the two squads, starting out with the Sendai 89ers. You can see there they have a potent squad once again here for Coach Dan Takeni. Jarrett Culver's there, number 8. Number 9, Sergio El Darwich from Lebanon. Also Boubacar Torre from Senegal. As we have the starting lineup here for Sendai. They're starting out with Culver, with number 11, Hirohide Araya. Number 14, Sugiura. That's Yusei, the guy who loves to play defense. He's a 3-and-D player. Also number 15, Shota Watanabe. And finally, they've got number 45, their man in the middle, Nathan Booth. There's Coach Dan. As we'd like to welcome you here to the Koshigaya City General Gym for this battle between the Alphas and the 89ers. Take a look at some of the highlights here of the previous games. Talk about scorching from the outside. That is what Kazuma Okajima can do. Puts up just enough spin on that one to kill it and make it go down. And he's not scared to challenge the big trees inside. Right now, let's enjoy the fanfare first as we welcome the lineup of the Koshigaya Alphas, led of course by number 11, Kai Soto, their 7-foot center. They have number 1, Jarl Martin as well. Number 5, Anthony Clements is going to be one of their main men, together with Sekou Dembaya. We're looking at that lineup. Let's take a look. So now they're going to have another individual there, and number 9, Reed. Devon Reed, really no stats to be able to talk about yet. But let's see how he's able to showcase his wares here. So there is no Jeffrey Palmer on the lineup. Let's see what Devon brings to the table here. Let's take a look at number 9. Their small forward. That's him right there. They were not happy with the performance of Jeffrey Palmer. But here, before we talk more about Reed, let's get the lineup first of Koshigaya. Look at the highlights here. Ofikeda. That's Yuichi. Yuichi's 42 years old, but he's moving so quick. Moving like a spring chicken. That's an excellent assist pass. Definitely still has an eye for the ball. Let's see how he performs here against Sendai as we continue with the announcement. of the players of the home squad. There you have the starters for Koshigaya today. Starting out with number 1, Martin. You have number 5, Clemens. That's a regular sight. Of course, number 7, Shun Matsuyama. Their leading scorer as far as locals are concerned. Kai Soto, their man in the middle. And the gentleman playing with renewed strength. Number 12, Yuichiro Ikeda. There's a nice look at Coach Rio Anzai. So the squad of Koshigaya comes into this matchup with a 13-22 record. As we take a look at the referees first, we've got referee Kitazawa, referee Ichikawa, and referee Obata. On the other hand, Sendai doing much better. 21-14. As we take a look at the scores once again. Actually, the starting 5 for both these squads. Koshigaya parading Martin, Clemens, Matsuyama, Soto, and Ikeda. The visitors counter with Culver, Araya, Sugiura, Watanabe, and Booth. This is going to be an interesting affair. Might be a little bit surprised that Coach Anzai not wanting to start out with some of his new players, maybe to test them early. Just about set for tip-off here. And as early as now, got the chance of "Let's go Alphas." You're going to hear that all throughout the afternoon. First attempt to the Alphas. Kai Soto setting up high. He'll move to the lower block eventually. That's a great pass. Nice lead pass, finds Clemens. Clemens gets his first basket, first assist for Kai. People forget that Kai is one of the best passing big men in the game. Booth on the outside. We'll try to bring it closer. Barrels his way in. Travel is going to be called. So negate that block from Kai Soto. Trying to take Shun to the low block. Might have shuffled his feet a little bit. Well, that's what the referee saw. Kai once again. Looks like that's going to be one of their design plays, trying to go big. This time, they go to one international import to the other. Drop step. Scoring once again is Clemens. And they go to their big man. He's delivering. That was Jael Martin inside. Their big man, it's Clemens, their point guard. Nice kick out. Open three. A little bit too strong. Kai picks up his first board. Those are the shots Watanabe needs to be able to make if they want to stay competitive and win the ball game. Shun finds the big man. Kai Soto. There was contact. He was waiting for the foul. There was no call. Kai's got to learn how to play in traffic. Nice foul there to stop the fast break opportunity of Culver. Again, it's a smart foul by the veteran, the 42-year-old we talked about earlier. Booth with the handoff. Slips, tries to get into rebounding position, but another rebound there by Kai. They're allowing a lot of physical contact inside, but Kai still hangs on. Now they look to Martin once again, who's got all the points of this ball game. Quick flip, Clemens to the top, Shun Matsuyama, no. Martin was there, but he stepped on the baseline. Booth gives it up to his point guard. Wise move. They send it back out. Booth for three. Just short. Clemens picks it up. Running the floor. Clemens into the heart of the defense. Gives it back out. Quickly and promptly gets it back. Clemens throws it up. Heard the whistle. And he said he's got free throws coming. 4-0 still so far in the ball game. First free throws down. Nice look at Coach Rio. Happy with the fact that his opponents have not yet scored and his team already with 5 points on the board. Still nothing. And again, chance of let's go Alphas. A wondrous look there. Let's take a look at it here. So the foul is going to be called on Sugiura. He thought he got the steal. We talked about the fact that Sugiura is definitely one of the tougher defenders you'll ever find here in the B-League. But with the Alpha still. Sendai yet to score. The veteran. Gonna make plays for his squad once again. Finds Clemens. Clemens inside. That's a nice look. That's another assist pass. Still no timeout. It's 8-0. Ooh, Coach Dan allowing his players to figure it out themselves. That's quite surprising. Right now they're in an early hole. Culver. Culver can't find any space. That's a forced shot. Ikeda tracks it down. And he'll try to push. That was again 4 defenders. Wisely pulls it back out. Martin will lose it. Nice steal by Culver. They needed that steal. Big collision there. Stopping the action. I'm surprised there still is no timeout whatsoever from Coach Dan. His team is struggling offensively. It'll be nice to settle them down. He's letting them play. Alphas. And take advantage of the fact that Culver just picked up another foul, and they've got possession here. Kai Soto trying to make his move, will come up short. Again, the big man Martin will get fouled. That twin tower combination working wonders here for Coach Anzai early. He'll make the second. It's now 9-0. But look at this. Already in the penalty are Sendai. And they have still to get on the board. More than 4 minutes gone into this ball game, and still no timeout from Coach Dan. What trust he's showing in his boys. Foul will be called on Clemens. Maybe not the strongest of fouls, but nonetheless, there was contact. Nice look inside. Finally, they're on the board. No, they're not. How did that not drop there for Booth? Everybody's surprised, but except Kai Soto and company, they're happy about the fact that they got another stop, but Kai just couldn't hold on to that board. Approaching the 5-minute mark of quarter number 1. Culver make something happen for his squad. Forces up another 3. Those are 4 shots. Those are shots that are well defended. The defense is right in your face and you're just chucking it up. Nice look once again. It's oh! That pass didn't have to be that sharp because Kai Soto was wide open. So Boubacar Torre will check in for his squad. Now the Spitfire is in. We talked about him and showed him in the pregame. Kazuma Okajima. Can he help his squad out? Boubacar just threw it up. Backup big man is in, together with their new import, Davon Reed. So Jeffrey Palmer's out. Still no Sekou Dembaya. Can Culver finally get him on the board? Yes, he can. Those 2 free throws. Finally. Coach Dan showing so much confidence in his boys. Well, they know that they have a winning record as compared to the Alphas, who have been struggling at 13-22. But again, you've got to realize this squad has 13 victories. Those weren't handouts. We like the crisp ball movement being shown here. Foul might be called on Devon. It is. .92 still our tally. A lot of time still remaining in this ball game. It's actually only begun. Big three. Well, the big man can shoot. That's Soichiro Inoue hitting his first basket from deep, bringing his squad to within 4. Soto operating from the spot. Ooh, almost a turnover. And then it's given right back. Okajima stepped on the sideline. Watch this handoff. Oba didn't know where the ball was. Stays with them though. Takeru Oba in the ball game for the first time for Coach Anzai. Different combination we're seeing on the floor right now. Step back jumper, a little bit too strong. I say that because usually you have their backup big man, Yuya Kamata, number 18, coming in for Kai Soto, but he comes in for Gerald Martin. Kai will track that one down. So slowly they're giving Kai a whole lot more minutes. He has not yet rested in this ball game. They're trying to run. Sugiura picks up his dribble. He's got a low-scoring affair here. Bubakar will force the issue. Both teams now in the penalty. Torre will now go to the line for 2 shots. Gonna get another crack at it. Nice seal. Torre. That's the unconventional way of getting points, but nonetheless, it draws them to within 1. Nice stop and nice spin there. Ooh, Devon Reed showing us some promise here early. Jumper not gonna work. Kai picks up another board. Kai has gobbled up 5 rebounds already. As he tries to work his way to another double-double. That's a poor pass. They're gonna let this one go. Easy slam there. With 2:16 remaining here in the first quarter. Calling the first time out of the ball game, surprisingly, is not going to be Coach Dan, but Coach Ryu Anzai. Koshigaya still with a 1-point lead here coming off that timeout. They might need to send Giles Martin back in. He has been their rock. Clemens will put up a 3. A little bit too strong. That's good boxing out. Chulo doing his homework first before grabbing that board. Now looking for their first taste of the lead, the 89ers. Setting the pick. Culver puts up a 3, just short. Let's see what Devon tries to do. We'll give it up. Floater from Takeru, no, short. Open 3. He's showing us he's got range. The new import, they say can play. He's got 2 buckets for a total of 5 points. It's now a 4-point lead once again for the home squad, approaching the 1-minute mark. Inoue, deep 3. No, long rebound, picked up here by the visitors. Nothing there. Pretty good attempt though from Okajima. We're gonna set him up again. Devon for 3, just short that time. That was a heat check there from Reed. Gonna try to slow it down. Still with a 4-point lead here. A very low scoring affair. 14 to 10. 10 might be one of the lowest scores that Sendai has ever had here this season. Nice perfect pass and again delivering. Boy. Coming up there with the basket, Joseph Diawara. That was good defense. Exceptional first quarter of play here by Koshigaya. The fans standing up, applauding. They like the effort as their squad is up 16 to 10. Back to the action here and a quick score. That is what Sendai needs to be able to do, especially playing in hostile territory. Gotta get the crowd right out of it if they possibly can, but this is a raucous crowd that will just not stop. 16-12. Protecting a 4-point lead here are the hosts. Reed kicks it out. That was an open shot from Ikeda. Shot he usually makes. We're going to stay on this end of that foul from Boubacar. Trying to face guard Martin there. That was clear. That's what you just got to do. Be as active as you possibly can. Martin, not necessarily his game. He likes to power his way inside. That fall away comes up short. Chance for the visitors to come even closer. A little bit too strong there. Looked like they were trying to set up Boubacar more than anything else. Here goes Torre to work once again. That's his patented move. It's going to cut the lead down to 2. Ikeda will bring it back out. They'll reset the offense. Davon back to Ikeda. Let's see if they try to look for the mismatch once again. They feel Diawara has an advantage inside, but they're going to lose possession. Foul will be called there, stopping the action. Okajima. He really just likes to push the pace. That's his game. Nice active hands there from Boubacar. First personal foul going to be called on Kitagawa. An opportunity now for Sendai to tie things up for the very first time here tonight. Or take the lead with a 3. Boubacar again goes to his patented move. Off the glass. No! Nice tip there by Booth. Boy, you have Booth crashing the boards at 6'9", together with Boubacar Torre, who's 6'11". That's so difficult to stop. And that's why Kai Soto is being resent in to join the action. They need to counter that and counter it quickly. Martin gives it up. 3 on the way, yes! Ikeda there hitting. That's big. Gives them another 3-point advantage at 19-16. Booth. Again to Boubacar. Nice couple of moves. Resets. That's his move. That time, not enough. Should have scored. He could have actually leaned in a little bit more. Nice early seal. Perfect recognition. Boy, Diawara playing like a man possessed here. And just like that, it's a 5-point lead once again. Erected here by Koshigaya, and a timeout will have to be called by Coach Dan. Chance of defense coming off that timeout. Foul will be called on Martin. That might be number 1 on the starting power forward for the Koshigaya Alphas. So there definitely was a lot of contact on that attack from Culver. There's confirmation. That's number 1 on the big man. They're going to give him 2 free throws. Culver just couldn't get his game going from the outside. That's his 3rd free throw though. That can really spur shooters on. Jumper here from Clemens. Yes! Finally finding his range. That's a good sign. As they increase the lead once again, back up to 6 at 24-18. And Clemens is clicking. The Alphas so difficult to stop. They were supposed to swing the ball. Okajima couldn't. And he put up that 3 anyway. Came up short. Here he is once again. On the attack, the flip a little bit too high. He was confident because Booth was there. 3, yes! Talk about a sharpshooter. That is exactly what Araya brings to the table. That's why he was in the starting lineup. He's back here. You cannot give him that wide of a shot. He'll make you pay. Cuts the lead in half. Clemens tries to look inside. Kai Soto delivers once again. Soto was asking for foul. Again, there was a little bit of body contact, but again, that is what the critics are saying. Kai's got to get used to finishing in traffic and not complain. If they call the foul, let them call the foul. As Booth hits another big 3. And this time, it's a timeout, which will be called by Coach Rio Anzai. Araya's first. Back to the possession here for Koshigaya. Shun has really not made an impact here so far in today's ball game. He was about to just shut me up there with that 3, but a little bit too strong from Matsuyama. Still a 2-point lead. Clung on to here by the Alphas. Looking for a stop here. Booth. He can do that kind of a shot. He falls short. He's missed 2 already. Nice position inside. Iskay. Soto. That was a little bit more contact than he definitely needed. Got through the whistle. It's now an official timeout. Still a 2-point lead enjoyed by Koshigaya. Don't go away. When we come back, we'll have the finishing touches of quarter number 2. First is short. The second stays in there. That's going to increase by 1 the lead here of Koshigaya. Kai Soto so far with good numbers. 3 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. He also almost had 1 block shot, but it was a travel right before he came up with the block. Culver from deep, no. Another rebound there by Kai Soto. That's number 8. They're trying to push Ikeda. Looking for the secondary break. What a pass! And again, that's really what the NBA teams are looking for and looking at, is the passing ability here of Kai Soto. He does need to get stronger if he wants to make it to the NBA level, but his passing is already elite. Inoue will check in. Inoue with a 3-pointer across his name already. Here comes Shun. Foul will be called. 2 free throws for Matsuyama. You do not want to send this man to the floor. I mean, from the floor to the line. There was a foul there. There was a second foul. 2-for-1 foul there from Araya. But Matsuyama is not going to complain. Chance for him to get on the board here with these 2 free throws. Matsuyama's contribution so far has just been 1 assist. Matsuyama will make the first. Kai Soto giving his first breather here of the second period. That might just get Matsuyama into his groove. A little bit some pressure in the backcourt being shown here by the boys in red, and then they call it off. Lead though has been increased to 5, a little bit more breathing space. Araya for 3, short. Inoue almost saved it. You like it when you see players like Diawara getting down and dirty, just trying to make sure that you get possession for your squad. Diawara sets the pick. We'll get it here. We're shot short. Diawara, still a diamond in the rough, as you can see, but the hustle is there. And of course, the issue was Culver. That's a good move, actually. Jarrett's got to be aggressive, especially when he has a local on him. Foul would be called. The second on Ikeda. Another one of the starters sent back in. Sugiura. Culver getting ready for his 2. You saw there Coach Dan Takeni calling out the defensive adjustments. As expected, Culver makes those free throws once again. He's hit all 6 given to him here so far. Culver's numbers: 9 points, 1 assist. Sticking with it, there's the big man, Martin, with another putback, another basket inside the shaded area. He's back up to 5. The big man taking his time, and he knew it. He had all the time in the world, just Ikeda to beat. 5 points now in the contest for Inoue. And the big man, Kai Soto, getting ready to check back in together with Anthony Clemens. Almost finding Diawara there. He just couldn't hold on to it. 3, Sugiura offline. Stretching out was Torre. All day to shoot. Bang! Watanabe is a gunner. You cannot give him that much time to set up. And we are deadlocked at 31. There is no dead ball situation. So Clemens and Soto couldn't check in. Now they can. That's why that was a poor foul on 2 respects. Now you get more reinforcements. And at the same time, Shun gets to set himself to the line once again, where he just made 2. He has to apologize to the bench. That is not a smart foul. Now Clemens says, I can go to work once again. Oh, they're gonna send. Yes. I thought it was Takeru Oba gonna be given the free throws. Rightly so, it should be Shun. And a battle inside once again. Kai Soto gets denied. Boubacar Torre. What a shot block. Just erased that shot. Matsuyama, open 3. That rims out. That would have been a 4-point play in reverse. Still a 1-point lead enjoyed here by Koshigaya. Culver on the outside. Inoue just launches. A little bit too strong. You're gonna say it wasn't a save by Sugiura. Smart play by Oba. Just getting in his way. Oh, he was clearly outside. They're still protecting a 1-point lead, Koshigaya, and they've got possession. And they got their main men on the floor right now, led by Clemens. Martin looks for space, puts up a jumper and hits. Martin on a roll here. Martin has done so well for his squad, already now in double digits. He's got 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Watanabe tries to answer. No. Martin will track that one down. Credit another rebound to him. I like the fact that Koshigaya has been very, very patient. That's a perfect pass. And Shun inside for 2. What a great swing of that basketball. Almost another exceptional assist by Kai Soto. But in the end, still picking up the points are Koshigaya as we get to this timeout. Final attempt here for the halftime break. 89ers looking to score here, but they want to take it at the last second. Took that one a little bit too early. Scramble though, have an opportunity. Hurried 3. That was close. That was actually a very early shot there by Sugiura. But Koshigaya hanging tough here in the first 2 periods of play as they lead by 5 at the break, 36-31.
続いてのパフォーマンスは三郷市で活動するヒップホップダンスチームダンスオフィスレオです。幼稚園から大学生までの生徒たちが所属し、どのクラスもかっこいいダンスを目指して頑張っています。今日のハーフタイムショーのためにメンバー全員で一生懸命練習してきました。皆様ぜひ一緒に手拍子で盛り上がってください。 草加市と株式会社アルファズはスポーツを通じた地域振興をはじめ青少年の健全な育成、市民の健康推進、観光振興などを目的にさまざまな取り組みを進めていくプラスアルファタウン協定を締結いたしました。今後草加市とアルファズがより一層連携を強化してまいります。はじめに草加市長山川百合子様よりご挨拶を頂戴します。
皆様こんにちは。ご紹介いただきましたお隣草加市市長の山川百合子でございます。今日はですね、越谷アルファさんとプラスアルファタウン協定結べたこと大変嬉しく思います。この協定をもとにですね、越谷アルファズの皆さんとバスケットを通じて草加の街のにぎわいと、そして子どもたちの未来を作っていきたいと思いますので、よろしくお願いいたします。そして草加といえば草加せんべい、草加といえば草加せんべい。今日はですね、草加せんべいと一緒にパリポリ君観光大使一緒に応援に駆けつけてきました。よろしくお願いします。皆さん入り口のところでおせんべい、ありがとう、おせんべい配られたと思います。ぜひご賞味ください。お醤油とお米の味を味わってください。そしてアルファメイトの皆さん、そして仙台ブースターの皆さん、ぜひ草加に遊びに来てください。お会いできることを楽しみにしています。それでは後半も頑張っていきましょう。
続きまして株式会社アルファズ上原和人より挨拶がございます。
皆さんこんにちは。今日も多くの方ご来場ありがとうございます。今こうして草加市さんと協定結べたことを大変嬉しく思います。草加のこれからですね、草加市さんとしっかり連携を取って草加市の子どもたち、市民の方にアルファーズがあってよかったなって言われるように引き続き頑張っていきたいと思います。おせんべいはパリポリで、はい、しっかりパリポリしながら頑張っていきたいと思いますので、よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。それでは写真撮影に移りたいと思います。ありがとうございました。以上で締結日を終了いたします。それではここで B リーグのパートナー各社をご紹介いたします。 B リーグトップパートナーソフトバンク、 B リーグタイトルパートナーレソナグループ、 B リーグイノベーションパートナーインフォルニアホールディングス、 B リーグパートナーズ日本生命、 PIS、 リライフ、 B リーグサポーティングカンパニーズ、ボルテ、朝日新聞、日本経済新聞社、大塚製薬、野村工芸社、EY ジャパン、エニタイムフィットネス、ストライク、スポーツデポ、ロックアイス、ふるさとチョイス、ボルツ、日清食品、DNA、B リーグサプライヤー、アンデースキーホールディングス、B リーグコミュニケーションパートナー、LINE テク、B リーグスポーツ振興レフリーサポーティングパートナー、スポーツくじディナー、B リーグクローズパートナー、電通。以上、B リーグパートナー各社のご紹介でした。
誰もが希望を持って踏み出せる 軽い設計だから移動の多い一日も足取り快適、しかも税金消臭。クッションパンプスはふっかふかのクッションで優しく包み込まれる履き心地。たくさん歩いてもふんわり快適、しかも滑りにくい。今日はどっちの楽にする？きっと見つかる。みんなワクワク島村。
Let's take a look at the numbers right now from both these squads. It's a 5-point lead by Koshigaya as they have controlled this ball game so far. Up by 5. Look at their shooting. 52% from 2-point distance as compared to just 33% here from Sendai. On the other hand, from 3-point country, both teams not shooting that well, but dismal shooting really by the Sendai squad at 18%, though they have one more made 3. In terms of free throws, just about even. Let's take a look at some of the action here. A lot of good points in the paint here from their squad. Look at that kick out, leading to an easy basket by Shun. Breaking down more numbers, rebounding just about even, 24 to 22, just +2 for Koshigaya in terms of assists, +5. The Alphas up 14 to 9. Points in the paint, 18 to 10. And that's where Koshigaya has really done most of their damage. Boubacar Torre, expect him to try to go to work a little bit more here in the second half. He had some good baskets inside that paint, the 30-year-old 6'11" center from Senegal. But for the Koshigaya Alphas, Kai Soto has done so well. Even Davon Reed, their new import, in place of Jeffrey Palmer, has come up with pretty good numbers as well, showing us his range, and that's him right there. Culver will start things off for his squad once again. We've had two deadlocks, once at 16, another at 31. No lead whatsoever for Sendai this entire ball game. Clement says, I'm good to go. Coach Ryo Anzai says, we have controlled this ball game so far. Let's continue to do so. Let's get the victory here. So far, they're well below 500, 13 and 22. And they turn things around. There's no change of possession there. It's inside. Martin might have traveled, but nonetheless, give him the 2 points. The lead is back up to 7. Not the best of possessions, but in the end, you still score. Sugiura hit the deck. Open lane inside. A foul's going to be called there. Showing his quickness. It was Watanabe. Gets away from the equally quick Matsuyama. There was the clip on the shoulder. Matsuyama getting an earful there from Coach Anzai. .32 is our tally here. Early part of the second half. And to make his move. That is where Clemens can be so effective. When he tries to attack from outside, going in. Once he breaks down the defense is in trouble. Sugiura will pick up a first personal foul. Coach Dan not liking that call. Saying that that's exactly what was happening on the other end, but we're not getting those calls. Well, again, what Dan's got to realize is you're playing here at the Alphas home. Jumper there. Works. Back to an 8-point lead. Enjoyed here by Clemens and company. He's got 7 markers. Move inside. That's a nice block. That's too easy there for Martin. You like the attack though coming from Maraya. But he's just so undersized to be able to play that deep inside. Nice save. Culver and company get another possession. Watanabe from long distance. No, Sugiura's there. Couple of fakes and he shuffles that one through. Sugiura doing his job here. Thing is, how can you stay in step with somebody like Clemens? He's so slick. You go inside. Sugiura now trying to guard the big man. He might have a better chance there. They swing it. Matsuyama for 3. That's going to match their biggest lead in the contest here at 9. 8 points now for Shun. He's starting to heat up here in the second and third quarters. Sugiura will launch and hit. We talked about it at the top of the coverage. He is a 3 and D player. And we go inside. Kai Soto is going to get that to drop. Soto trying to show us his strength inside. And he'll have a free throw coming up. Credit that pass. And an assist here to Shun Matsuyama. Matsuyama now has 4 dimes. So far, just 2 turnovers for the 89ers, 6 turnovers for Koshigaya. They've taken care of that basketball. Kai, short on that free throw. That's clearly a foul there. And Clemens. Again, Sugiura doing his job. He's all over the place. Second personal in Clemens. It'll be critical if you can get Clemens in foul trouble. Kai Soto with the block. No, they're going to say that's a goaltend. Was it on? Well, it did look like it was on his way down, but very close. And the rest of the squad just ran down saying, okay, we got 2 points. 45-39 near a tally. They find Kai. Kai tries to bully his way inside, but he's not going to bully Booth. But a foul will be called though. Nathan Booth saying, that wasn't a foul, I just stood my ground, let's see. Well, there was some contact when Kai Soto went to the air, but the initial bump, that was good. Is there going to be a coach's challenge here? No challenge. Just wanted to double check on something there with the officials together with the table. Which Dan will sit down. Kai makes the adjustment on that first free throw. He missed one earlier. Just 1 out of 3 free throws for Kai Soto so far here in the third period. 3 minutes gone in the third. Nice setup. Watanabe shortened that one. Booth gets him another attempt. Culver says, let me take a shot. A little bit too strong. Tap goes out though. That's clearly a foul. Watanabe couldn't get to his spot. Matsuyama will pick up his second. There it was once again. Clear. As clear as day. Nice move. Araya to the wing. Sugiura hits another 3. His second here in the third. And the lead's down to 4. ALPHAS need to pick things up defensively. The offense has been clicking somewhat. Can get it to Kai. So Ikeda will launch and hit. That's a high floater. Over. To try to get to the paint. That is where he has the advantage. There was actually a little foul there. Culver now with 10 points. Martin tries to get it right back. Forces the issue. Gets denied by Booth. Culver once again in the open court. Culver still. Now trying to be extra aggressive, now trying to take control here. Don't look now, but Koshigaya in early foul trouble here in the third period. With still 5:41 to play, we're going to give free throws to Sendai every single time. Sendai just one away from again also being in the penalty. They were in the penalty in the first two periods. Culver goes to Booth. Booth to the wing. Is it the third three? That was close. Sugiura has been on target so far here. That miss, very close. Not the best of passes. Kai with a pass behind his teammate. Leads to this open three. Araya drains it. Coach Anzai says, I've seen enough. Time to talk things over once again. Araya now with 10 points. And Sendai right back in this ball game. That would have been the lead here. Botched possession. Could be the lead, it is! First taste of the lead for Sendai and their fans going nuts here as they take the lead 50-48. Wow, coming off that timeout, you want to be able to score. And now, it's going to be back-to-back baskets. Culver with a slam. And another timeout having to be called here by Coach Anzai. And look at him, he's livid on the sidelines. He is beside himself. Two botched possessions, and it's now a 4-point lead enjoyed by the visitors. Can they finally execute offensively, coming off their second timeout in about 40 seconds? Open three. Yes, they can. Setting up the Von Reed. Now with 8 points off 2 threes. And cut the lead down to 1. Nice sidestepping move, a little bit too strong there for Araya though. Boubacar will lose it. Inoue saves it. Culver for 3, yes! You can just see the extra third effort being shown here. And Sendai, once again, with a 4-point advantage. That's the effort coaches love to see, never giving up. Open 3, yes! Takeru Oba can hit from the outside. That's his specialty. And suddenly, both these teams have found their range from deep as we approach the 3-minute mark of the third. Little sidestepping move, what a swipe there. And Reed comes up with a stop. Culver can't believe it. Going for the swipe, that was clearly off the hands of Culver. Not too much complaints coming from Jarrett. Just goes back down and says, let me play D. Try to get it back. That's the kind of attitude you want to be able to have from your players. Well, now they say tit for tat. Asikeda will lose it. Nathan Booth back in. Well, Culver's still beside himself about that last call. Coach Dan says, sit down, relax, get your bearings. You're coming back in a bit. 1-point lead enjoyed by his squad. We go to Boubacar. Boubacar looks for a drop step. Nothing there, and Torre will foul Takeru Oba, who came in to help out with the rebounding chores. That will put both teams now in the penalty. And again, that's what coaches will always tell you is you go for the rebound. Worked out there. Araya back. The movement once again being shown here by the Alphas. Open 3, Reed, bang! Reed is proving to be a dead shot. And now a timeout will have to be called by Coach Dan as the Alphas have retaken the lead and taken control of this ball game once again. Expansive defense right now. They know that their team with a slim advantage. And the Sendai 89ers are a potent squad. They have a winning record so far, 21-14. They're the stronger team between these two. That's for certain. Long three not gonna work. Raya misfiring and the crowd loving it. They run their offense once again. The boys in red. A lot of down picks. They eventually get it here to Reed. Reed trying to make his move. Shot clock down to 1. Puts up another 3. That was close. The foul's going to be called. It might be on the backup center here. It was. Oh no, they're going to give it on Martin. That's going to be the second on Martin. Looked like it was going to be on Kamata. That means there's going to be free throws here. That's not a very good foul to give. And a tight affair. These free throws could spell the difference. And with the second make here from Torre, you could be tied once again. We've had one tie in the first at 16, another one in the second at 31. We have one here at 57. Torres up to the task. Koshigaya is led by just 4 points. Check that. Sendai has led by just 4 points. Koshigaya has led by 9. Twice. Soto's back. They need his inside presence. Reed to the wing. Yuya will overshoot. No chance for Sendai to take the lead here in the waning seconds of the third. Getting away, foul. Araya showing everybody he is not just a one-dimensional catch-and-shoot player. He misfires on that layup, and a foul will be called there on Anthony Clements, his third. Clements can't believe it. Clements will have to hit the bench. We don't want him picking up an early foul, or else he's going to be on the bench practically the entire start of the fourth. Now you can actually gamble and make him begin the fourth period. A little bit too strong there from Araya. The lead will stay at 1. He can't believe he missed. Chance for the Alphas once again to retake the lead. We might have a seesaw affair here for the next minute or two. Reed with a jumper. But he got to his spot. Just couldn't convert. We're gonna get the ball back. That was actually a 2-for-1. Difference of about 6 seconds from the game clock and the shot clock. Now they make their move. Getting inside, overshooting. Let's see if Shun tries to push. He will. Gets denied. Kai Soto. Yes! His floater hits at the final second, right at the buzzer. That should count. That should definitely count. Actually, once again, a lot of contact. Good block there from Torre. And the floater. With more than enough time to spare. And a 1-point lead enjoyed by Koshigaya. Heading to the fourth. Fourth quarter is upon us. Welcome back to the Koshigaya City General Gym. Our venue here this Saturday afternoon for B.LEAGUE action. Culver gets to his spot, comes up just short. Kai Soto will pick up another board. Soto now with 10 boards in total. Nice three from Shun. That'll open up a 4-point lead here. 11 points now for Matsuyama. Okajima. Okajima has not really been able to showcase his speed here today. Culver inside. Okajima for 3. Yes! I guess he heard me. Says, okay, maybe not showing my speed, but let me show my shooting. That's the lead down 1. It's a good start here to the fourth. Both these teams have potent lineups. Looks like they're trying to maximize Gavon Reed here as he continues to be on the floor, and he's proven to be a gem of a find. Okajima picks up his first. That is what Coach Dan needs to talk to his boys. They cannot get into penalty early. Free throws are going to be critical here. That is for certain. It has been a real close affair all throughout. Martin banks that one in. 15 points now for Jarrell. We've got a Jarrell and we've got a Jarrett today. There, Jarrett gets fouled. And Reed couldn't believe it. Actually, the fouls that they've called on Reed have been really thin. But again, there was contact, so it really depends on how the referees see it. And they get inside. Okajima with a floater. He'll get that to drop. One-point affair once again. Koshigaya still with the lead. Kai Soto with a jumper. That's the part of his game that he has been trying to work on. His medium range pick and pop. If he can master that, it's going to be very difficult to stop him. But once again, using his foot speed, Culver gets around the 7'4" Kai Soto. Hits the basket. And he's got a free throw to boot. Watch it there once again. Little nudge there from Kai. That was more than enough for the referee. That's where Kai's got to learn when they blow by you. Just give them the shot. Culver, an exceptional free throw shooter, trying to give his squad the 2-point advantage, and does. Two minutes gone here in the final quarter. Matsuyama gives it out. Reed can't find his spot. Shakes, bakes, puts it up and just short. It falls right to him though. They'll reset. Reed once again up against the big man Inoue. Will kick it out. Oba puts up a prayer, no. Nice rebound there by Inoue. Nice move inside. What a block there by Reed. Reed has come up with big shots and big defensive stops. Martin kicks it out. Extra pass. Matsuyama for three. Just short. Ooh, that almost went through. 3 minutes gone in the fourth. That was a duty foul. Not exactly sure why you want to take that foul. That puts you one more closer to the penalty. And the defense was set behind you. Not to mention the fact that that's your third. He's going to have to sit down. Here comes Clemens. So 3 team fouls for Koshigaya. Sugiura almost lost it. Now will attack. Gets denied. Martin with a block and the steal. That's 2 defensive plays in just one sequence. Getting around the Kamata screen. 3, no. Good attempt though there by Martin, though you like to see him operate on the inside primarily. Travel's going to be called on Bubakar. Close to 4 minutes. There was that block. Get them back in the game. Let's see if he can lead them with his veteran savvy. Martin once again will kick it out. Clemens to Martin. Martin will force this one up and hit. And the lead is back to the Alphas. Approaching the halfway mark of the fourth. Sidestepping move. Slowing it down and Culver scores. And we're going back. Let's see if we can see that replay once again. This is how quick everything happened. There was the pick. Sugiura making sure that the referee saw that he got surprised about that back pick. Kajima. Now finds Culver. Culver inside, will lose it. And that might go the other way. Yes, it is. Culver can't believe it. We're exactly at 5 minutes of this one. Which means it's time for an official timeout. Alphas looking to score here. They're down by 2. Inside, Martin comes up just short. Tremendous defense there by Booth. From the outside. What a big basket there from Nathan. He's got 8 points, and it's now a 5-point lead. This is the biggest lead here in the contest by the Sendai squad. What a time for that to happen. What a time for them to take control. Well, it's winning time. That's a big basket. They needed that one. They need to stay in step. They need to be knocking on the door as we approach the 4-minute mark. 3-point lead still enjoyed here by the visitors. Booth will hold on to it. Kicks it now out. Watanabe gets it to their main man. Culver comes up just short. Another rebound by Kai. That's his 12. He's got 8 points and 4 dimes. Clemens will give it up, not wanting to challenge Sugiura. That's quite surprising. Shot clock down to 6. Kai goes inside once again. Big action. So difficult to stop, especially when you got a 7-footer passing a lob to somebody who's 6'10". Watch it again. Well orchestrated. And look at that. The 6'10" center up against the 5'11" Watanabe. Martin can tie things up and does. So far we've had 1 tie in each quarter. Final 3.5 minutes. Not a good offensive pattern run there from Coach Dan's squad. He applauds. He says that's good. Arai will come back in, trying to add a little bit more stability to his squad. Shun gets it back to Clemens. Clemens trying to create. Ooh, he had the spot to pull up there. Didn't want to take it. And his pass goes straight to Booth. Here's Culver in the open court. That's a smart foul coming from Kai. Ooh, not a good foul. He failed to realize his team's in the penalty. That's a double black eye there. Here in the last 10 seconds. Only the second personal for Kai, but again, you do not want to send Culver to the line for 2 shots. Not in a close game, and not when you actually had defenders behind that could have helped. Davon Reed back. Let's see if he can come help rescue his team here in the final 3 minutes. Tied at 71, 2 free throws. First from Culver. Reed to Kai. Gonna trigger in the pass. Eventually gets it into Martin. Up against Sukiura. Draws the double. Matsuyama gets fouled. And he makes the 3 in the process. Looking for a 4-point play here. After being down by 2, they could be up by 2. What a 4-point swing. There was clearly contact. Culver just trying to initiate the flyby. Rushed him on the shoulder there. Shun will get the lucky bounce. Roaring chance of defense. Booth to the offensive rebound. Again, there was a lot of contact. They were lucky there was no foul called. 3 on the way. Another offensive foul. Actually, an offensive rebound. If you give one team too many chances, you're going to really pay the price. Watanabe finally hitting on that second 3 attempt. And it's a 1-point lead once again by Sendai here in the last 2 periods. Actually, in the last 2 minutes of the final period. We go inside. Martin, quick move. What an entry pass. And Martin has had his way inside that paint. Sidestepping move. That was great defense by Kai. Not a good foul by Culver. That was a foul born out of frustration. Kai just didn't do his job, but also got the board and now has a chance to give his team a little bit more of a cushion. Koshigaya now leaning heavily on the shoulders of Kai Soto. First free throw. He's 1 out of 3 tonight from that line. Makes the first. And the fans loving it. You can see just how passionate these Japanese fans are. And I'm sure all the fans watching right now, all over the world, even in the Philippines. Kai Soto, a stalwart of Gilas Pilipinas, the national squad, looking to make it a 3-point lead, and does! 90 seconds remaining. Culver inside, gets fouled. That's what you want to do. Attack early, get fouled, clock stops. Clearly a foul there by Martin. You just can't allow him to get that much of a head of steam. Very quickly, Coach Anzai drawing up an offensive play. That's smart. As Culver comes up short in the first. That's huge. I guess he wasn't used to taking free throws with nobody there at the line. And now here come the rebounders. He's not going to miss a second. He's that good of a player. Over now with 26, 5 and 2. The Alphas need to score here. Where did they go? Still with Shun. There's no Anthony Clemens. It's Reed on the floor. Reed will be called for steps. Not quite sure why you don't want. Yes, Reed has proven to be a very good import, but you want somebody who is much used to playing here in the B-League. Maybe somebody like Anthony Clemens. Culver for 3. He'll fall way short. Kai not able to save that one. Came off his leg. And a timeout will be called here by Coach Dan Takeni. We'll be back in a bit. Culver puts up a 3. Short. Boy, they went for it there. They went for the lead. They could have actually just gone for the 2. Now they need a stop. Koshigaya trying to make this a 2-possession game. Ikeda will go to the wing. Inside to Martin. Martin gives it up. 3. Bang! That's why he's in there. Sans Anthony Clemens, their new import, Devon Reed, given the go signal, hits a big three, and the lead is 5. The play wasn't exactly set up for him, but when he found the opening, he made them pay. That's another good stop. Boy, the Alphas coming up with big plays in the final seconds. Extending there is Kai Soto. And he comes up with a big smile. Suyura says, I didn't realize you were 7-4. Quick play. Booth scores. No, he doesn't. That's a sorry miss from Nathan. And he missed twice from point blank range. Insurance free throws here, but there's still more than enough time. Lead is now 7. They're going to need a couple of quick threes. Culver will launch. That rims out, and that's going to do it. The best of fouls for Araya. Well, Diawara there will pick up the rebound and get some additional points coming his way. Diawara with 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Kai Soto now given a rest. His work's done. Especially coming up with that big block a while ago. .3 remaining. Diawara will get another basket. Here comes Kanta Inada, the 16-year-old. He's given some minutes. Not quite sure how much experience he's going to get here. He got out of the way. What a release pass. And that's going to lead to 2 points. Hockey assist goes to the 16-year-old Kanta. This is a big win by the Alphas, taking down a squad with a winning record in Sendai. It kills very close. That final score, 87-79, will not really show how tight this affair was for all 4 quarters. Koshigaya will pick up win 14, as they're going to be very excited to address their crowd here at the Koshigaya City General Gym. Tremendous effort from Culver. He'd finish with 28 points. Booth would finish with 8 and 10. But some sorry misses inside. Some great defensive stops from the Alphas. And Coach Danny says, it's okay. We live to fight another day. Don't go away, as we're going to hear from Coach Rio Anzai and the rest of the Alphas.
それでは本日の試合について安西ヘッドコーチにインタビューしたいと思います。安西ヘッドコーチ、前へお越しください。見事勝利をされました。まずは今のお気持ちをお聞かせください。
はい、今日もたくさんの方にお越しいただいてありがとうございます。前回のホームゲーム、春日部でしたけど、でやった時は本当に来てもらった方々、応援してもらっている方々に申し訳ないような試合だったんですけど、今日はね、皆さんの応援に選手たちが応えてくれたかなと思いますし、D が入って1試合目でしたけど、かなり活躍してくれたんで、本当にそのおかげかなと思います。
さあ、それではスリーポイント4本、16得点の活躍、ナンバー9、デイボン・リード選手が来てくれました。さあ、まずは会場にいるアルファベットに一言お願いします。
I want to thank you guys for welcoming me today. I appreciate everybody coming out today and helping us get this win, cheering loud, and I just appreciate the opportunity from the organization, my teammates, the staff, and everybody.
まず今日皆さん歓迎してくれて本当にありがとうございます。皆さんの声援もありながらチームは勝てました。まずチームの球団の関係者の皆さん、本当にチームの一員としてくれてありがとうございました。
さあ、今日は早速スリーポイント4本、16得点の活躍、今日の試合を振り返っていかがでしたか。
I just wanted to come to the game and just be impactful, man. And for me, it's going to look different every night. Had some shots fall, my teammates got me the ball, and I just want to help us win, and that's what we did. That's more important than anything that I did personally. So.
試合にどういう影響を与えられるかっていうのを常に考えながら試合を挑んでるんですけど、今日はシュートが入ったのでチームにそういうところで貢献できたんですけど、これからもチームに勝てる要素をプラスにできればなと思ってます。
明日に向けて一言お願いします。
Please come back out tomorrow and cheer us on. I'm sure that the team's going to bring Sendai is going to bring an even better effort tomorrow, so we're going to have to raise our intensity as well, but we look forward to getting back-to-back wins. Thank you.
明日も皆さんの応援が必要です。明日は仙台さんもっと強い強度で戦ってくるので、皆さんのエナジーが必要です。よろしくお願いします。
デイボン・リード選手、ありがとうございました。盛大な拍手をお願いいたします。それでは最後に右バンバーを持って越谷のパスがコートを一周します。ベンチ横コートサイドエンド1列目のお客様は右バンバーをご用意ください。右タッチは3列目のお客様のみ対象です。2列目以降ロールバック席のお客様はどうぞ大きな拍手をお送りください。ハッピーアワースペシャルディナー企画はお座席のブロックごとにご案内いたします。スタッフの誘導があるまではご自身のお座席でお待ちいただきますようお願いいたします。ALPHAS!
And that's what you clearly want to see, the interaction of the players with the fans, especially after they cheer themselves hoarse all throughout the afternoon, and they helped Koshigaya pick up win number 14 here. You heard from new import Davon Reed, and he said he's just happy to be able to make sure that he's able to do anything he can to bring his team the victory. And this were the comments of head coach Ryo Anzai. He said, "Thank you for your support." He said, while our last home game was disappointing, that's when they lost by just 1 point. That was last weekend. He said, "I'm glad we were able to put that behind us. We put together a big game, and we came away with a big victory here today." So many heroes for their squad, and here, their new man, knocking down a three, swishing that one through. At the end of the first period, after erecting a 9-point lead at 9-0, the Alphas settled for a 6-point advantage at 16-10. Things continued to click here for the Alphas in the second period, as they were able to hold on to that lead of theirs. At the halftime break, there's a 5-point advantage still enjoyed by Koshigaya at 36-31. Shun Matsuyama there with a floater. You can see the way they swung that ball from left to right, from inside outside. And there's the halftime score I was talking about. A lot of kids, always part of the halftime affairs here. Third quarter belonged to Sugiura. He would hit 2 threes. There's another one. The threes weren't really the primary weapon for both these squads in the first half. 89ers shooting just under 20%. They would eventually finish shooting at 27%, so they got a much better clip, especially in the second half. But the team that won the ball game really picked up their 3-point shooting. From 33%, it went up to 45%, making 10 out of 22. And that proved to be one of the major stats of this particular ball game. Kai Soto there, getting that one to drop at the final second will give them a 1-point lead heading into the fourth. And this is where things really picked up in terms of the action. Offensively, both teams started to click. Both teams had their way. Nice basket there by Culver. As you mentioned, he would finish with 28 huge markers. Nathan Booth would help out as well. But it was that particular play. Big action. Kai Soto finding his co-big man. Soto would finish with multiple assists today. And Kai showing everybody why he's such a coveted big man. He would finish with 6 assists. Also had 13 rebounds to go with his 10 points. He had 1 big block, which helped them preserve the victory. But that big 3 was one of the keys once again. Quite surprising they had Anthony Clemens on the bench. But in the end, it worked out. The gamble of Coach Rio Anzai paid dividends. And here are the numbers. From 2-point distance, shooting so much better were the Alphas. 58% to 37%. That's big. That is huge. In terms of free throws, just about even. Exactly even, in fact. The 89ers were able to stay in step just because they had their turnovers to a minimum at 6. 13 turnovers for Koshigaya, but in the end, they were able to overcome them. The rest of the stats, essentially even. Except for that 26-17. Those are the bench points. As you take a look at the leaders. In terms of scoring, 22 points for Martin. Reed would end up with 16 in his debut. And Shun Matsuyama would contribute 15 in a losing effort. Double-barreled affair coming from Sendai. 28 points for Culver. 11 points here for Araya. And 8 points apiece for Sugiura and Nathan Booth. But again, you'd like to be able to have at least 2 of your world imports leading the categories. Clemens would lead with 6 assists, the same number of assists as Soto, and 5 also from Martin. So you can see the 3 imports there conspiring to be able to share that ball. In terms of rebounding, 13 boards for Soto. He would finish with a double-double. 10 points as well for him. 7 rebounds for Martin, and Reed would contribute with 4 boards. For Sendai, 10 rebounds. For Booth, 8 for Boubacar Torre, and 5 for Jarrell Carver. So the Alphas are going to pick up win number 14 here this Saturday afternoon, as the Sendai 49ers will drop to 21-15. As we take a look at the effort here of their new import, Devon Reed. Well, the scouting report is going to show that he's a dead shot from the outside. He had most of his points from there. Pretty good numbers. Finishing with 16, 1, 4, and 1 block shot as well. And he's not scared to take the open shot. He's not scared to take the shot that might lead to a win or a loss. Looks like they found a gem in Reed, talking about the Koshigaya Alphas. And that's going to do it here for our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us here this Saturday afternoon. Till next time, take care. Have a great weekend ahead. God bless.